Hey, Steve! Steve!
What?
You want to hit this?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the Average AF podcast. I appreciate you guys listening again. This is episode 3. We do appreciate once again all the support, and just want to let everybody know that we did make a Twitter. Unfortunately, we both hate Twitter, but some of the feedback that we've gotten and the poll we put on Facebook said that a lot of people are actually into Twitter, so we're out there now at Average AF Pod. Once again on Twitter, they got a character limit, so we can't put the whole fucking thing. Dumb.
True.
But yeah, thanks guys for joining us for episode 3. But what have you been up to, man? Anything new?
So my son's birthday was technically Monday, the 19th.
Nice.
And I think I talked about it the last time we recorded about him. He was willing to wait until Thursday.
Right.
Because of his jersey wasn't going to be here in time and all of that. By the way, which I got, and I got a large, and you know, he's about 100 pounds.
Okay.
Just turned 9. So he's a bigger kid, but I got a large, and then there's an XL, and then you go into men's sizes from that. So I figured a large, I get it. The damn thing fits like a medium.
Yeah.
So I know he's been waiting on it, and I knew he was going to be disappointed, but I wanted to really send it back and try to get a bigger size.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking he's going to take it like no, I'll just, because when he put it on, it actually fit. It just
it probably fit more like a jersey and less like a shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't really consider that. But then again, I never bought a youth jersey before. I didn't know what to really expect. It looked good, and it fits him now. But I wanted him to be able to wear it next summer,
Right. We actually ran into that with a Bengals jersey that I got. Because I got, for Christmas, I asked for a specific one, the like in-game jersey. And we got a certain size and stuff. I think it was a XL at the time. But I didn't factor in that the in-game jersey accounts for shoulder pads and other padding.
Yeah.
So this XL was actually like kind of big, and like it didn't fit right on the shoulders. Like it hung low, and it was just weird.
Right.
So yeah, you gotta like factor in all that stuff when you're trying to buy jerseys, especially authentic ones.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But, he fretted about it a little bit, but we had to explain to him a few times, hey, we want you to be able to wear this beyond, this winter.
Yeah.
With the money we're spending on it. So he was reluctant to give it up, but he did. So I sent it back, and we'll get him a bigger size. But party yesterday, we just went to the park, and just enjoyed the day out there, had pizza and
nice
presents, and they swung and played in the jungle gym and all that. Wasn't really nothing too big, man, but
just
it was
a good
right.
day.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
With me, man, I realized something today. It's kind of interesting, super random, but super bored at work all day. Literally doing nothing, essentially waiting for other people and kind of waiting for next week, because then we're starting real stuff.
Okay.
But pretty much doing nothing, man, on my phone all day, listening to music, whatever. But I realized I definitely couldn't survive in a prison. But the reason I came to that conclusion is because, like, I had the internet right there, like full internet access.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had 2 computers because they gave me a laptop too.
Oh, wow.
And my cell phone, like headphones, podcasts all day, music all day, whatever. Talking to the people around me, but like I realized like I'm still fucking bored and like going insane with how bored I am. Just sitting in this cubicle, kind of waiting for the 8 hours to be up and going home.
Right.
Like I could not survive in a prison, man. Like I honestly thought like I could, like, you know, just do push-ups and read and like whatever. Because like I think I'm pretty strong mentally just in general.
Right, for sure.
But like after today, I was like, I can go outside and I'm still going insane. Like I can go get a pop, I can go get snacks, I can go to the cafeteria downstairs. Yeah. Got the internet right here, got all my music. Like I'm dying here though. Like I couldn't imagine prison. So yeah, just weird epiphany that I came upon today. Because I haven't been doing shit at work for like 4 days. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I've just been thinking about that all day.
I don't think I could survive in prison because it wouldn't be the constant threats and, you know, people trying to test me and all of that and the time. It would genuinely be missing my kids, dude. That would drive me crazy more than anything else, I think, man. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be in there fucking, yeah.
But the reason that would drive you insane even more is because you were so bored that you thought about it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I kind of thought, like, yeah, it'd be okay. Like, not that I want to, obviously, but it's like, you know, wouldn't be super horrible. I think I could survive if I had to. But, like, after 3 hours today, I was like checked out. It was bad. I was like falling asleep and stuff. It wasn't good.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I know you wanted to bring up kind of another current event. We did current events last week, so another one kind of came up this week, but I'll let you talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so Jay-Z and the NFL, they have some strategic partnership or whatever you want to call it, but Jay-Z is getting compensated in some form.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, I know under his job description he was gonna be like in charge of who gets to perform at the Super Bowl. Okay. And from the things I've read, it's more of an agreement to try and change what the image of the NFL is, as far as the whole Colin Kaepernick,
right?
How that started with police brutality, and then went to the whole, well, you're disrespecting the flag thing, right. And then he couldn't get a job. So we're trying to figure out if, first of all, when I heard about it, it was like, okay, he's getting paid for it, so is it a money move? You know what I mean? Like, because I don't understand why he would, if it's something that you believe in, because he spoke to people like, no, don't perform at the Super Bowl, I'm not doing it. They asked him to do it. He's like, no, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And we're thinking that whole time he seemed to support Colin, but with him taking this partnership with the NFL and getting compensated, it's like, so, Jay-Z was my guy, and I hate to question anything he does, but initially that's what I thought. And then I was thinking, well, if it's something that you feel you obviously against it, and feel like the NFL clearly being racist, if you really wanted to make that change and that difference, why don't you just do it for free? Like, you are a certified billionaire. Like, you don't need that money.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Like, so this is, I mean, I've heard some little bit about Jay-Z and the NFL and some partnership, but I didn't really look into it. Yeah, I mean, when you first mentioned that, I kind of thought like, well, maybe it was just for like another creative type move, like try to help this company and get creative with performances and whatever. But then you brought up like the Kaepernick stuff, and like it just, it doesn't make sense. But aren't people like super pissed about it or something?
Yeah, a lot of people are upset because it's like, how are you gonna join the enemy type thing?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I haven't really heard Jay himself speak on it. I know he did, but I don't really know what he said. But I know him and Roger, Goodell. The commissioner of the NFL. I remember him saying that it's more about trying to figure out where they go from here because they don't want to, they want to try to repair the image and all of that.
I mean, honestly, I don't think he's kind of lying in that aspect. Mm-hmm. I think Jay-Z might have saw an opportunity because obviously this needs to happen.
Yes.
The NFL needs to change some stuff and look at things and whatever, and maybe Jay-Z wants to get into it for once again the creative aspect, maybe the challenge of it, He's got obviously all the connections in the world. Yeah. He can get some awesome halftime shows.
Yeah.
Rather than these pop bands that are cool for 2 years and then you never see them again.
Right.
And then, maybe he just saw an opportunity because, this needs to happen, and I personally would trust him with this. Really? In this case, if the NFL is trying to, repair their image and reach out to the black community and just, minorities in general or whatever, who would be a better ambassador for that than Jay-Z?
Great point. Real quick though, so you don't think the NFL could possibly be trying? A lot of people feel like it's just Jay-Z's a shield, and that hey, we're not racist. Look, we got
hiding
one of the
behind
top,
him.
Yeah, we got one of the top, influences in the black community on our side now. Like, oh, look, we're trying to do things to make it better. Is it just is it like more of a cover up? Or are they really trying? I guess time will tell with that.
Right.
But is it more of on the NFL's part to try to cover things up more than it is to fix? And, it's early. We can't really, we don't know what's going to happen. But just the fact that Jay-Z was just getting compensated for it, kind of.
Yeah, Jay-Z's a businessman, though. Obviously, there's not much Jay-Z's going to do for free. Just in general.
Yeah, but I feel like if you feel strongly about it, as you've demonstrated from what we've seen, why take any compensation? You have $1 billion to your name.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, we don't know what all the details are. They're not going to tell us that. Yeah. But I just feel like it's something he should have done just out of a natural need for it.
Right.
With his influence and his power, to be able to.
I could see that. And it could definitely go both ways, but right now it's just people being cynical and kind of expecting the worst.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think Jay-Z would allow himself to be that either. Maybe he's just trying to help out, as he can, and then maybe he's thinking he'll be in enough and have some pull enough that Kaepernick will be back next year.
Yeah. Do you think it will not be resolved until that happens? Because honestly,
you mean Kaepernick coming back?
Right. Okay. I don't follow the NFL. You probably follow more than I do. I wouldn't say you're a huge fan. I don't know.
Right.
But okay, so I don't know the details of when he got cut. He was on the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
And contract was over, to my knowledge, right?
And then, I don't remember.
Okay.
Honestly.
I don't know if he didn't get a job because I know his play started to drop too.
Yeah.
But was it to the point where he just didn't truly deserve to be on any NFL team, or is it kind of the implications that come with signing Colin, no matter what his skill level would,
Yeah, I think honestly it was racism, first of all, after trying to, make the stand that he did, and people misconstruing it, even though he straight up said multiple times what it's about. It's not about the troops, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But after that, there's just a certain group of people that can't kind of look past that. Mm-hmm. And they just went off initial thought and then cut him off. Said, I don't care what he says now, when he never actually said what they think it's for or what it's against, whatever. But
disrespecting the flag versus police brutality. It's two completely different issues there.
I don't think he'll come back. just in general.
You don't think he wants to, or
I right now I think he probably would, but I don't think it's going to happen soon enough for him to want to come back. So gotcha. I think it's going to be another year to maybe 3 years, and then you'll hear, the Rams reached out to Kaepernick. And then nothing happens. But then the Browns reach out to Kaepernick. Nothing happens. And then he comes to work out for the Ravens. But nothing happens. And then, maybe the next year, he's practice squad, and kind of eases back into it. But by then, I mean, he's going to be young 30s.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is right now.
I mean, he's got to be at least late 20s, I would say. Okay. He's got to be right around our age somewhere.
Okay.
But by the time he gets back, that's going to be another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Realistically. But the argument was always the talent. Like, he's clearly better than some of these people that started last year because of injuries or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, how are you not going to sign him over, backup number 3? Like,
right.
It's at a certain point, it's pretty obvious that there's a reason he's not coming back. So, like I said, I just don't think by the time he'll have the opportunity to come back, I don't think he'll either be fit enough or he'll have the desire at that point.
Okay.
'Cause it's already probably been, 3 years? 4 years, maybe?
3.
Something like that. So I'm thinking another 2 or 3. 6 years out of the league, you're going to come back. I just don't see it happening. I want him to. I think he was a good player. But I don't know. I don't think Jay-Z can help Kaepernick. Jay-Z can help the NFL and help prevent future situations like that. But I don't think he can, at this point, help Kaepernick.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, time will tell with that. It's just very interesting partnership. It kind of threw everybody for a loop.
It's odd, yeah.
And it's quick to, like you said, down it. But we'll see where we're at within a year or 2.
Do they announce his compensation? Like what he's getting?
No, they just said it was some compensation.
I wonder if it's public knowledge or not.
I doubt it. If I know Jay-Z, it's not.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with it, and I think it can end up becoming positive because if it goes bad, if it goes negative, and Jay-Z's there to try to help things become positive, and the owners are shitting on him or brush him aside or whatever it might be, I think if the NFL as a company, as a business, treats Jay-Z like that, nobody's gonna fuck with the NFL. Like half the audience is gonna be like, kind of drop the NFL if you kind of mess with Jay-Z like that. Right, so yeah. I think it'll be positive because I don't think Jay-Z will let it go negative. But I have a lot of faith in him, I guess, in this situation.
It's going to be interesting to watch, nonetheless. Yeah. But that's just something I wanted to touch on. Get your thoughts on.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. And like I said, I never got the full scoop before then. So
yeah. It's.
I still don't know really how to feel.
Yeah.
Because it's news to me in the last 10 minutes. But
like you said though, I trust Jay, and I think and eventually positive things will come out of it if people give it a chance. That's the thing. People don't like to be open to new things, and so it doesn't matter what you try.
People don't like to be positive in general.
It'll take an open mind to get something done. So hopefully everybody can agree on that part.
Yep. You want to do these questions? So,
man.
So I got an idea. I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, a couple days ago, to just kind of do like a rapid fire section of just like absurd questions back and forth, just to kind of see what our answers are and just to kind of have fun a little bit. So we both thought of some pretty interesting questions, whether they be, some of them might be serious. Mine are all kind of goofy and weird, and
most of mine are too.
Okay, cool. You want to do like 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes?
Okay, I think Yeah, 7 sounds good.
7, okay. We'll see how many questions we can get out in 7 minutes. No set time or anything per question, but just kind of quick answers. So, who do you want to start? Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay. And by the way, we don't know each other's questions, so... All right. Timer is on.
All right, so the first one's going to hit you crazy.
Fuck.
Would you rather be a registered sex offender or have an incurable STD?
Oh, I mean, I got to go STD.
Yeah.
You got it. Because you just find somebody that has the same one.
Okay, right.
You're all right.
Yeah, all right.
Fuck. I don't like that one. What's the oldest age of a person you'd consider sleeping with?
Oh, wow. I'm 30 now, so I guess I got to go up a little bit. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what, I see some hot, 50-year-old women that can get it.
Saying 50?
So, yeah, I'm going to have to say probably 50.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
God, that was, yeah. Your favorite family member and why?
Oh, shit. Probably my niece, Mercedes.
Okay. I don't think I ever met your niece.
I don't think so either. She might have been over to Poplar, maybe once or twice. Maybe.
Okay.
She was definitely on Wood Street a couple times, but I know we weren't hanging out then. But Mercedes, she's super dope. We're we're kind of the black sheep of the family and openly say, fuck you guys, I don't give a shit. So she's dope. She's a little hippie chick, hairdresser, all that kind of stuff. So definitely Mercedes for sure.
Okay.
If you could time travel one time, would you go to the future or to the past?
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to say the past.
Any particular spot?
It depends on things like if I get to take my knowledge with me right now.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, well, duh. I'm going back and I'm betting on all the sports, dude.
Okay.
It's over with.
Okay.
I'm be the richest motherfucker ever. Ever.
All right.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
Right. All right.
I'll take my chances with the past.
All right. I feel it.
What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Shit. I think I tried octopus when I was really young.
Oh, wow.
And hated it.
Okay.
I know I've had calamari. That's not super strange.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not into strange shit, man. I like burgers.
Me either.
And steak. I don't.
But octopus, I probably would never eat that.
I don't think I knew what it was.
Okay.
Until afterwards.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked. So what do you think you're better than me at?
Oh my God. What? Shit. I'm gonna have to say cooking.
Okay.
I have to.
I'll give you that one.
That's an easy one. Yeah.
Look, I don't cook often, but I can.
I know.
But
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I got you.
Safe answer.
I got you in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. What's the first thing you notice about someone when you meet him?
So this is an argument I have all the time. The first thing you notice about someone is always their looks. It is always, no matter what, it is what brought you to that person. Now, if you acknowledge that or not is different. So if you don't acknowledge that, I would say personality for sure.
Okay.
I'm all about personality. You gotta have fun. You gotta, be upbeat and have kind of my sense of humor or something similar to it. But you're not going to talk to that person if you're not somewhat attracted to them. That's just the reality of it. But aside from that, personality for sure.
Okay. All right.
How do you feel about cops?
Listen, as a grown man, I've thought about this before. And most people don't like cops until you need them.
Right.
So, can I really be like, fuck the police? Because I know if somebody was breaking in my fucking house and I don't have a gun or nothing, I'm going to fucking call the police.
Right. That's what my dad
Code of the
always
street
told me.
says, nah, you handle that shit.
Yep.
Never call the police for nothing. I don't give a fuck what happened.
Right. In reality.
You really do who really does that?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Yep.
So, how I feel about cops? I mean, they're cool when you need them. Otherwise, fuck you.
Right.
Favorite cartoon from the 90s?
First thing that popped into my head was Recess.
What?
Recess was dope.
Okay.
Maybe Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay. I couldn't never get into that one.
That was just a me and my dad thing. Like something we bonded over. But probably Recess.
All right, man. That was a good one. I only ever caught that one on one Saturday morning. It was only on Saturdays. That's okay. Just wanted to make sure you weren't catching it when I wasn't able to. Right. Definitely one of my favorite shows from then.
Would you rather be blind or deaf?
Oh man, blind.
Why?
Because I love music. I can't. The thought of me not being able to hear music is fucking frightening. Versus not being able to see. That would suck too. Not being able to see the people I care about.
Right.
See things and see the world. I'm big on that. I would love to travel and see the world someday. But I just can't put that over music, man.
That's crazy because that's my same exact answer.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't.
I couldn't be deaf.
That.
No way.
Okay, so if you had to pick one to do for the rest of your life, no socks or no underwear?
Damn. Probably no underwear.
Really?
Because I can't stand like a sweaty ass shoe.
And like, don't that fucking suck?
It's like the worst thing ever. It's just you feel
every day
gross.
feeling that. You imagine that? Right. I mean, I imagine you get used to it, but still, your feet will never truly get dry.
Right.
And it's just the smell and yeah.
Oh no!
So, but for me, I'm thinking like, damn, no drawers. Oh my god!
Yeah, but you can get away with that. Wear a belt, dude. Like,
you don't worry about chafing and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but eventually all that's gonna chafe off, and you're not gonna be able to chafe it anymore.
What?
Yeah, it's the dumbest answer. I don't know. 7 minutes are up.
Wow, bro.
You got any more?
Yeah. It's on you though. You got what you got.
Okay. What's your dream concert to go to?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Just a full Jay-Z concert. Yeah, that was easy as shit.
I'll never be able to get mine.
What's that?
Mac. Mac in Norway would have been my absolute dream.
Wow. Yeah.
And we almost got to go, man. Yeah. Jessica was going to buy us tickets for my birthday.
Man. That's crazy. Swimming pool or jacuzzi?
Like if I could pick one for the rest of my life, probably pool.
Okay.
I like the jacuzzi, but I get bored kind of quick.
Okay.
And I get fucking itchy as hell from like it being so hot and stuff.
Gotcha.
So definitely pool. You can do more in a pool.
Yeah. I agree with that, all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say jacuzzi though, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like being in the water like that. And the pool, for me, the jacuzzi is a lot more relaxing, man. So
yeah.
I agree. And definitely in the winter, like if I had an indoor jacuzzi, oh my god, I love that versus having a swimming pool in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Even an outdoor winter jacuzzi is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But okay.
Would you rather burp every time you lean in for a kiss or drool every time you talk?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with the kissing thing, man. I can't be walking around
burping in bitches' faces.
Yeah, I'd like, listen, can I give you a kiss?
I got a condition.
Like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'd find somebody that would tolerate that shit.
Yeah. Okay. You got any more?
Real quick, what's your least favorite chore?
Least favorite chore? Dishes.
Really?
Easy. I can't stand dishes. Hate them.
That's probably a lot of people's.
Yeah, can't stand them.
I don't know what mine is, but I don't think it's dishes.
If we had room for it, because we don't have a dishwasher. If we have a dishwasher, whatever.
Okay.
Obviously, rinse it off and throw it in there. We don't have a dishwasher, so fuck the dishes.
I'm gonna have to say probably cleaning the bathroom. I hate cleaning my shower.
I don't even mind that too much, really.
Yeah, I'd rather do dishes than clean the bathroom.
No, not me. Let me see. Oh, could you ever date a girl with one leg?
Wow. Damn. It's the shallow answer. No.
Yes, but that's the realistic one.
Oh yeah.
Now, when I say one leg, are you thinking knee down or?
I'm thinking hip.
Yeah,
all the way down. You said leg,
yep.
Yeah. That'd be tough, man.
But she can get around though. Like she don't need a wheelchair. Nothing. Yeah. You don't need to help her.
Oh, okay.
She'll jump kick through doors.
Okay.
On one leg. It's pretty impressive.
We can be friends. We can be cool ass friends. But that's about it.
I don't know, man. I don't.
Damn. I feel like an awful motherfucker.
But if all of the listeners ask themselves, I'd say under 5% would be okay with it.
All right, then.
We'll be realistic.
I can deal with that. Worst fear about getting old?
Oh, probably like Alzheimer's or something like that.
Is that running your family or something?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely scary as shit.
I've always said, like, once I can't get around myself, like, once I can't stand up out of my chair by myself,
yeah,
I'm done. I'm not relying on people. Like, I'm gonna go do a ton of stuff just to get it over with, and if I die, skydiving, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't like people depending on people.
Right.
Can't stand it.
Or being a burden on people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Who's your favorite entertainer or celebrity?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm sucking his cock every time I say his name. But LeBron James.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Jay-Z again.
No. He's definitely closer. But at this point in time, this point in my life, I got a little more. I will be more excited to see LeBron than I would be to see Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel it.
That wasn't always true, for sure. But yeah, to meet and shake LeBron's hand.
Right.
Yeah, that would be fucking cool as shit, man.
You got any more?
Nope, I'm done.
Okay. I got a couple, but man.
Good talk.
Yeah. That was fun. So next thing we wanted to bring up was we usually do some type of like review. Some type of like, it's been hip hop the last 2 times. So we wanted to kind of broaden the spectrum and do what our top 5 most impactful albums were.
Mine are still all hip hop.
Yeah. 4 of the 5 of mine are hip hop. So, okay. But yeah, we'll go ahead. What's one of yours? Mine are in no particular order. I don't know if you ordered yours.
Mine won't. I'll put mine in chronological order.
Right. Same. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So what was one of your first most impactful albums?
The earliest that's on my list. Okay, so man, you're a few years younger than me.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with No Limit Records?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Master P.
Right, okay.
On the record label. They're from New Orleans. Eventually they got a huge label of artists. I swear at one point they were dropping like albums once a month. Damn. Just different artists. But they had a point in time, I'm gonna say from maybe 97 to 99, 2000, they were on fire. Okay. Taking over the charts, taking over the radios. Multiple artists selling like millions of records. They were very successful at one point. And actually Master P's younger brother released an album called Charge It to the Game. His name's Silk the Shocker.
Okay.
I don't think that too many people will probably know who he is today, but he was probably my first person that I really connected with. I just liked his style, and he wasn't very lyrical or very he didn't make you think or anything like that at all. But I really liked the beats that he was on, and his style.
Right.
And I wanted to be him. I found myself, dressing like him.
How old were you at the time?
I was probably, when Silk was fire, probably my son's age, 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, man. And he had I remember wanting a CD, and my mom got it for Christmas, and I was
right.
Best fucking gift I got.
Now, how do you feel about the album now?
I still go back and listen to it.
Okay.
I would. I'll one through.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Okay. A lot of people don't like Silk the Shocker, the rapper. They said he can't rap. Okay. But I wouldn't say that. I think you got bars,
biased,
bro.
Though? Are you biased?
There's definitely worse rappers than him.
Okay, well,
from sure. Now and back then. I don't the way the hate he gets sometimes. I mean, yeah, there's people that you probably think are dope that I'm like, no, they're trash.
Right.
Logic. But
shots fired. No, I'm starting to fade off Logic too, for real.
We'll talk about that another one time. Yeah. I do want to touch on that. But Silk, man, he had a very profound influence on my childhood. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. My first one, I was probably 13 or 14 when I first heard it. It was it's a very white person album back in the early 2000s, but it was Blink-182.
Okay.
Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
That was the name of the album?
Yep.
I have never heard of that.
But like jacket, like that you wear.
Okay.
Take off your pants and jacket.
Okay.
Yep. It was great. I just explicitly remember that album and actually the Enema of the State album by them as well. But Take Off Your Pants and Jacket was amazing to me. We played it on repeat all the time. After like Friday nights, football and stuff in high school. We were in the marching band and stuff and playing drums and all that. And when the game was over, the first thing we did was turn that album on in the band room and just blasted it like as loud as it goes. And the whole, 100-person marching band would like rock out to this album after we just won a football game or even lost a football game, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was just something I grew up with and just like something that always put me in a good mood and like kinda no like matter what.
That time.
Yeah, it was the soundtrack after football games, you know. And eventually like the volume would keep getting turned down, the more people left and some people are still hanging out and like it just, when the album cut off, everybody was like, okay.
Right.
That's when like the last people left, basically. And then we go to like Steak and Shake or something. It was just good times, man. They definitely, like I said, kept me upbeat and like, very fast paced album. Just kept me going all the time. So definitely influenced me in that. And then I love Travis Barker, so playing drums and listening to Travis Barker all the time only helps.
All right.
What about you? What's your next one?
Okay. This one's going to take us to 2001, and I'm going to have to go with Jay-Z's Blueprint.
Okay.
My dad introduced me to Jay-Z 2000. He had a couple of his cassette tapes. What are those, right?
Oh, man.
And he gave me a couple to listen to. I think I listened to his that would be his fourth album, Volume 3, with Big Pimpin' on it, if you remember that song.
Of course.
So that was the first Jay-Z album I like listened to, and then you had the Dynasty after that, and then I was a huge fan by the time the Blueprint came out. I remember the day I bought it, I was actually in the mall in Dayton, and I knew it was coming out. I was waiting on it. It was September 11th, 2001.
What?
Yes, that's when the album dropped.
I did not know that.
Was in the mall. Went to go get it. $21.99. I still remember the price because it was like, God, Jay, like you taxing for this album. That was in 2001.
Right. They're usually like $12.99.
He wanted $21.99 for that at FYE. I remember that. Bought the album, went right upstairs to the bookstore. I think it was Barnes & Noble, and went to the magazine section. I was really into the hip hop magazine Double XL at the time.
Okay.
And
Double XL.
Yeah. Like theirs. Scroll through that one, and then I pick up The Source, another hip hop publication. Right. They reviewed the album, so I scroll to the back and look at Jay-Z's review, and they gave him the 5 mic rating, which I was mind blown because I had just bought this album downstairs, and I've been, at the time I was into like what are the classic albums of hip hop and why do people consider them. I started listening to them,
Right.
Trying to figure out similarities between them. Like, okay, people say this is a classic because of this reason and that reason. And I was trying to predict the next 5 Mike album. And I had just bought it downstairs. Nice. And it was in my pocket. I even pulled it out of my pocket to look at it and make sure. Right. Like, oh my.
Admire it a little bit.
Like, nice. Damn. And I went home and I listened to it all the way through. And it was so ahead of its time. I was only 12. So a lot of it obviously went over my head. But, it's an album you could put in today. And it's so relatable.
Oh, yeah.
On so many levels, and it was so far ahead of its time. And I'll never forget. And then Jay-Z, at that point, became my favorite rapper. And he had a lot to do with who I am right here in this chair. Right. I just listened to him and his stories about him growing up. And I learned a lot of lessons from him. That's subconsciously.
Is that who inspired you to do like business school?
I had an interest in it already, but definitely influenced it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't aspire. I didn't know how I was going to exactly get rich like as he did, but for sure, somewhat. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a good ass album too.
Yeah, and he always showed me that you don't have to follow traditional rules to be successful. If you look at his story, it's the opposite of success. What people normally do to achieve riches. So.
Yep. Next one for me. I actually got to give a shout out to Tommy, Big Tom. I know he's listening.
What up, Tommy?
Tommy's actually the reason that I really got into rap. He's one of the first people.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We were working together at McDonald's. This was when I was 16, so when was this? Like 07? Something like that, give or take. 07, 08. And we were listening to metal, like hardcore screamo metal and stuff. He listens to that too. But then he was like, all right, man, I got to show you my guilty pleasure, right? And it was the game LAX Files.
Oh, man.
That album. And I just fucking bumped that album for like months.
I remember where I was when I bought that one too.
And I just remember me bringing in the new MacBook Pro that I got, and him basically just downloading all this rap onto my computer.
Okay.
So I was like, fuck yeah, like just loved it right away. But yeah, so like that album's always one of my guilty pleasures. That's really the first full hip-hop album that I really listened to all the way through.
Definitely a good one.
And just like was addicted after that.
Okay.
So like hardcore, like gangster rap, like that's always been my guilty pleasure. Like I love it. That one definitely didn't like teach me much. But it definitely shaped who I became just in general, because after that I turned into basically a hip-hop head. Like there was about a 6-month transition where I was getting into it and like getting off of like this metal stuff, like Job for a Cowboy and Suicide Silence, like all these like hardcore screamo death metal bands, like all this stuff, and weaned into basically hip hop. But yeah, that album is what triggered me loving hip hop.
Okay.
All because of Tom Pullum.
Shout out to you, Tom. Putting them on to that real gangster shit.
Yep.
Real quick. So that's a great album. I would argue a better album from him though was the one before that. Did you ever look back and listen to his older stuff before that?
Was that the documentary? Or
that's the first one.
Okay.
And then he came out with The Doctor's Advocate.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that was the second Game album. And I think that one's better. That's his best CD, if you ask me.
I know a lot of people say that, and it is a great CD. I just feel like LAX Files just like has a it's just personal for me. Yeah. But I can see why people think that's a better album. I'm not disagreeing. It's just like I love LAX Files so much.
The game was nice.
Yep. He's supposed to be dropping an album soon.
Oh,
but he's been saying
I know he still makes music.
Well, he says this is his last album.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's been saying it. It was supposed to come out in like May.
Okay.
He's like pushing it off, so I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me would have to be Kanye West's Late Registration. You listen to that at all?
Nope.
What?
Nope. Never really got into Kanye, man. Like,
okay, man.
And this is what I tell people, like I said, I got into hip hop a little late, for me anyway, 17, 16 years old, something like that. And I already knew Kanye was an asshole before I listened to his music. So I couldn't ever, go backwards like that. Like, if you loved his music and then found out he's an asshole, you're like, yeah, but, the music's tight. But now I just know him as a douchebag, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get into it. Okay. Like, Gold Digger, I love Gold Digger,
I'm still tired of hearing that song. Still. Oh, my God. But, yeah, it's a great song.
I have no qualms with his music. I just never seeked it out.
Okay. So. He is probably my favorite music producer.
Yeah.
Just his style. You can hear he's one of those producers that has his own sound.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. He made the sampling thing super popular and all that, and then him as just a lyricist. He's a great. But like you said, I fell in love with Kanye before he really became an ass, which wasn't his whole career,
right?
In my opinion. We can talk about that another time, but that album, like I said, I always wanted to be a music producer. That was my dream job,
right?
And I felt like Kanye is special because I feel like a lot of the beats that I make, I know the best way, quote unquote, to rap to this beat. Like, no, this is the flow. This will be perfect on this beat. And he does both. So he can I think that's part of why he's so good, because he can make the beat and he knows exactly how to flow on that beat because it's his.
Right.
You know what
I mean? He knows all the little nuances of it.
Yeah. And that's amazing. And then tell me they're more evident now, I guess, than ever, but he was the first one that was really good at rapping and really good at making beats.
Right.
Like, you usually have one that's good than the other. Timbaland, great at making beats, sucks at rapping.
Right.
There's rappers that make beats and their beats are, you know what I mean? They're not, you wouldn't go to them to produce your album.
Right.
Kanye was the first one that was, Dr. Dre is a good example.
Yeah.
People wrote his stuff.
Yep.
Great songs,
sure.
But he's much better beat maker. Kanye was the first one that could do both very well, and I was very impressed with that. And it had I can't rap for shit. I wish I could, and then I've always wanted to produce.
I'll rap for you.
I got you, bro. Thank you.
Nah, you don't.
You got bars, son. What you talking about?
No, I respect Kanye a lot as an artist. I just don't respect him as a person.
Yeah, can't argue with you
on
there.
A personal level.
Yep.
And like I said, it's hard to go backwards from that point.
Yep.
I just don't invest, but I don't hate on people that do, and I know he's a genius. Everybody says he's a genius, and I believe he's a genius. It's just, I'm going to listen to other stuff.
All right. Free world.
Next one for me was soon after LAX Files. It was probably a year after that. This is what really got me into lyrical hip-hop.
All right.
The game's really lyrical, but it's more about the beats and being, a gangbanger and whatever, but not necessarily super lyrical. But Eminem's Relapse album.
Oh, man.
Definitely got me hooked into lyrics. And it's, a lot of people hate on the album. I know we've talked about it, me and you.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people hate on it, but I still think it's his most lyrical album. If you can look past how dark it is, and obviously it's about serial killers, and there's, some rape themes, and it's not a fun album, but as far as rap and technicality and flows go, there's just, it's so intricate. And I mean, everybody hates on the accents, and I can see where you're coming from there, but at the same time, those accents are what allowed him to bend shit and put shit where it wasn't supposed to be as far as flow goes.
Mm-hmm.
And he can rap the same syllable for 50 bars, or whatever. And it's just because he's not saying the same syllable, but he's bending it to make that, U sound is now an OU sound because he bent it a little bit or whatever. it's just so intricate and so creative. And he even hates the album. But it's just like, it shaped me as far as like, wow, this is what people can do with their words. Like, he rhymes almost every other word for the entire album.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, rhymes within rhymes, and
right, like each 2 lines
impressive.
has like 8 rhymes in it. And it's just insane if you ever watch anybody, break it down and all that kind of stuff. So, and it kind of shaped me too, because like I realized that dark stuff doesn't necessarily bother me, and I can look past it. So it kind of put a new perspective on kind of what I was willing to listen to and all that kind of stuff. But that album definitely shaped me in the sense of lyricism and what's possible and what to look for, and not necessarily what to compare it to, but know that this is possible. So kind of compare the strive to rhyme like that, or rhyme as intricate or something like that. So definitely shaped what I listened to for the next 8-9 years.
Yeah, sure. The technical ability on the album is phenomenal.
Yeah,
everything else aside, it is actually my favorite M album. I don't think it's his best, if that makes sense.
Really? Okay.
I think it is my favorite album though.
Right.
But it's not his best one.
No. Okay.
Number 4 for me will have to be Lil Wayne's The Carter 2, man.
Yeah, I thought about The Carter 3 for me, but...
Okay. That album was the first album that I used to play music in my room at night. I could throw on any record. It could be any tempo. If I'm tired, as you know, I'm going to fucking sleep.
Oh, yeah, you're out. You are out.
If I'm done, bro.
Yeah.
So, The Carter 2 would keep me up. I would have to turn The Carter 2 off to go to sleep. That's the first album that ever did that to me.
Was Fireman on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I was just impressed with his whole style, his rhymes on the album. Just the whole swagger he had, and how he emerged. Like, he was not that dude that put out The Block Is Hot.
Right.
Which I don't know if you were, listening to hip hop. Yeah. He had evolved so much and come into his own, so beautifully. It was just like, I was just amazed at, and the fact that I knew that he quit writing and, like all this, like, damn, he's just ramming this up the top of his head.
Right.
Because some of the flows on there, man. And it's just, mixed with the amount of shit talking he does and the bragging, all of that, it was all fire. That whole entire album for me is just one of the measuring sticks as far as being an album that everybody had a song on there that you can kind of listen to and enjoy. It was still somehow it's hard to be gangster and like commercial at the same time. Right. He was one of the first ones. 50 Cent did it too, obviously.
Right.
But he was one of the first, I feel like, to successfully do that.
Yeah, and I would argue that he even made another step up when he made The Carter 3 from that. But I don't know. I like The Carter 3. I was thinking about putting it on here.
Okay.
But like The Carter 3 is about when I started listening to hip hop, more and more. So I listened to, The Carter 2 and all that, but I was late to it because I had to catch up with it.
Right.
I had to kind of backtrack to it and stuff. So.
Yeah, and it definitely doesn't hit you the same if you have to
for
backtrack.
Sure. Next one for me is it's a self-titled album, but it's Intuition and Equilibrium. This album, it just related to me so much, man, on like a personal level. That was just a rough and interesting time for me, and this album actually helped me figure out my thoughts and come back to myself at that point. I was getting in not necessarily a lot of trouble, but doing not the best things. So this album kind of brought me back to myself, and it's just, you can listen to the whole album and think of me and it relates. Like, you can be like, okay, well that's him. Okay, well that's him, and I just loved it because the lyrics the lyrics are great, but it's not like a relapse. It's not like the flows are insane or anything like that. But this is, I think I spoke about it last week too for just a minute. This is in my top 5 albums. And it's not because, kind of like you were just saying about the favorite thing, like it's not because it's the best album.
Yeah.
There are better albums, but as far as my favorite, as far as style, and he just raps so smooth, man. The flows are just like butter through the whole thing. And it just always puts me in a good mood. But this is definitely in my top 5 for sure.
All right, last but not least, for me, will have to be Mac Miller, Faces.
Okay.
Which I think technically was a mixtape.
It is, yeah. But that's, I consider it an album.
But 21 tracks? It's an album.
Yeah.
Because they were all full-length songs. I don't think there was any skits or anything like that on it. But just for me personally, going through a tough time, and I was really struggling to give anybody that I didn't already mess with a chance, because that's when I felt like a lot of rap was starting to go south.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of just jingles and
right.
melodies, mainstream. Not really anything, worth listening to. And then Adam put me on the Mac Miller, and I think Delusional Thomas was technically the first one that you played. Actually, it was 2014 Mother's Day is when Faces came out, because I remember him advertising it on Twitter, on Instagram. And then when it came out, and obviously you played it a lot, and that album, man, is a great album. Go check that out. I don't know if it's on Spotify and all that.
It's not on Apple. I know it's not.
Okay.
Last I knew, the only place you could find it, honestly, is SoundCloud. He posted it to his SoundCloud playlist.
It's on that Piff, the mixtape app.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's on Spotify or anything like that I know of.
All right. Yeah, the app is called DatPiff, DATPIFF.
Yep.
It's definitely on there if you ever want to check it out, any of our listeners. But that one got me through a lot of tough times, just, figuring out who I was as an adult, mm-hmm. and, transitioning from just maturing. And, I felt like I could relate to him and what he was going through a lot. And he was just so genuine and so real and passionate, about what he did.
And actually, my 5th one, I ended up picking one of these, but it was kind of a 3-way tie between Faces, Good AM, and Swimming. And I ended up going with Swimming just because it has more of a personal kind of touch to it, and I don't know, it's a little more relatable for me. I liked Good AM a lot because it's like a brand new start. That's what the whole theme was of that album. Basically, starting over and, getting back to yourself and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Swimming is kind of realizing who you are and kind of coming off of that high of the restarting.
Okay.
And it's more of a realistic, real world point of view of who you are and who other people are and all this kind of stuff. So I just, when I first listened to the album and realized the theme of the album is kind of staying afloat and staying above water and swimming, and sometimes you might get sucked in and you're drowning a little bit, and sometimes you might get to shore or whatever, but kind of staying afloat and the struggles that, whether for him it was maybe some addiction or whatever lifestyle, and we can all kind of translate that to our lives too in some aspect or another, but
for sure.
Whether it's bills or career or whatever, everybody's trying to stay afloat, and that album definitely hit home for me, and that's probably my most influential album of all time, was Swimming by Mac Miller.
All right, there's that.
All right. Well, those were our top 5 most impactful albums. 9 of the 10 were hip hop albums, and then you had to throw in Blink-182 there. But
any of our listeners too, if you ever want to, give us your top 5 or have a comment about ours, please do.
Right. We are open to taking suggestions for reviewing albums as well too. So if you have one that neither of us have heard, I'd like to potentially listen to it to get a fresh take on it. I don't want to review an album that we've already heard a ton.
Yep.
So, but yeah, if you got one of those, definitely submit it. We are still taking, listener questions and stuff like that. We're probably not going to do that every week, but, probably every 2 weeks or something like that. As they come in, we'll definitely answer your questions. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. We're trying to get YouTube popping a little bit. We got 6 followers, 6 subscribers. So
we in
big
there.
Shout out to you guys,
all of you.
And we did, like we said at the beginning, make a Twitter at Average AF Pod. So definitely give us a follow there. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate your time, and have a good week.
And we out. Yeah.